Are you Jamarcus Zarate
Yes,
Jones?
ma'am.
Did you get someone hired?
Well, I talked to 3 lawyers.
Okay.
Lori
Keep in touch with the Watson.
Parenzo,
Mm-hmm.
Corey Crenshaw, and Kate John.
Okay. And so where are you on being able to get someone hired? Pull your pants up. Just wearing a belt doesn't do it. Pull them all the way up so that I can't see your underwear sticking out the front. And nobody wants to see it sticking out the back. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where are you on being able to get someone hired?
I'm not physically couldn't.
Are you working?
No,
Why aren't you working?
because of these charges currently.
Okay. Were you working before?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. So you're on, have you been going to probation like you're supposed to?
Yes, ma'am.
So where do you live? Who pays your bills?
Family. I live with family.
Okay. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to make you aware, the charges haven't been filed yet. We sent over a hearing last week to second amendment because he was arrested again here in Jefferson County. So he has 2 more charges that should be filed.
What'd you get arrested for?
Just being with the wrong crowd at the wrong time.
Sounds like you are the wrong crowd. You're not? You're on probation for theft of a firearm and you've been arrested twice now? Since this, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. Well, he was arrested in March, but he was also arrested June the 18th for possession of marijuana and unlawfully carrying a weapon.
Have a seat in the jury box. We're going to have you tested and then I'm going to decide what to do. Mr. Jones, come back up, please, sir. So you only tested positive for amphetamines, and it looks like you have a prescription, but I want to go through real quick.
I don't know.
Hold on, let me read this police report real quick about your last arrest. All right, so Mr. Jones, obviously, hold on a second, you're on probation for theft of a firearm. You've been arrested, what, just last week, week before last, and were able, I guess, did you make a bond in the new case?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're on probation for the felony offense of theft of a firearm, and because you were arrested in a vehicle that looks like, allegedly, obviously you've not been charged with it, but there was marijuana in the car near the seat where you were sitting. It smelled like y'all had been smoking marijuana, and there was a gun in the glove box where you were sitting. So I'm going to find that the bond that I set in the motion to revoke your probation case is not in the best interest of our community. I'm going to find that because you've been arrested while you were on that bond, that it is appropriate for me to raise that bond. And at this time, I'm raising your bond to $200,000. You can go back with the bailiff. Hand it to the bailiff.
I'm trying. This is,
You gotta try harder than being in a car with a gun and marijuana while you're on probation. You've got a motion to revoke your
I
probation.
understand.
Go with the bailiff. We'll figure it out. We'll get you a lawyer appointed and we'll figure it out. Previously in court, in cause number 242309, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just an update, Judge. Page 2 shows that Mr. Smith is unemployed. He tells me that he's been working for about 3 weeks at Post Contractors. He's a foreman out there, making about $21 an hour.
So I know y'all know what my concern is here, that there were 2 felony probations just in the last 5 years that were revoked in the last 3 years. 2 different probations, one here and one in Brazoria County. So I don't have good warm fuzzies about you being successful on another probation.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
That was a whole nother life ago. I've corrected my life. I've been sober for 3 years now. I've been focusing on nothing but working. This evading arrest was actually a discrepancy that I didn't pull over fast enough with the officer. And I haven't been living that way in over 3 years now. So if you give me a chance, I'll show you that I can do it.
Okay. Mr. Smith, any reasons not to go forward then? All right, so I'm going to give you this opportunity. I do hope you take advantage of it and that you really have made those changes. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a motor vehicle. Sentence you in accordance with the agreement you made to a term of 10 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but I'm suspending that. You'll be placed on probation for 6 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then as you know, for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over. You'll be able to serve that sentence while you're out on probation. The other side, however, in this case, is you've already agreed to a 10-year sentence. So if you violate your probation, you have that 10-year sentence hanging over your head. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. You've probably already received that, but I'm required to read it. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. And it's my understanding take him down there, and something's going to happen on that misdemeanor this morning.
We're going to dismiss it, Judge, so
Okay.
I can walk down and see if I can find which court is it.
I think it's kind of court 3.
I can walk down there.
Okay. Okay, so if we can just hold him, if you'll come back and let us know as soon as that's signed, so you don't have to get transported or anything like that. Okay? Yes, sir. And Carnell Beard, all right, let's go back on the record. Mr. Savoy, you all right? Okay, come on up. This is 23-2038. Okay, so Mr. Savoy, I've been talking with your attorney, and she's talking with your grandma, and I'm reading over all this stuff. And so obviously what I'd like to do is send you okay? You need to sit down again for a minute? All right, if you start feeling bad, just head that way, okay? All right. The fact that you are using marijuana while you're out waiting on sentencing on a felony obviously is not what you should be doing, right? And that makes me believe you need some help. Oh yeah, you're going to get some help. All right.
I take the help, but I don't need it.
Well, if you do need the help, otherwise you would have been making better decisions and you wouldn't have been smoking marijuana before you showed up today, right?
The only reason why why, because my grandma, she was in the hospital.
But here's the thing, we all have issues. That's not it's not a reason. You can't say the only reason is because she was sick. Everybody here has family that has issues. We lose loved ones. Those things happen. And when they do, you can't smoke marijuana to make you feel better. Because it really doesn't make you feel better, but very temporarily, if that.
Keep me calm.
Well, you're going to have to do something else to stay calm, no matter what happens with your grandma. Do you understand? Do you understand? Answer out loud.
Yes, ma'am.
Because what I'm going to do today is give you an opportunity to be on this probation and not put you in inpatient treatment. So you're going to get to go home with her today. But if she gets sick again and she has to go to the hospital and you get stressed out, you're going to go to probation and say, I need help. You're not going to start using marijuana because you're going to end up going to prison and not just rehab. Do you understand? So what I'm going to order some help though, and you are going to be required to follow all of those conditions of probation, even if you don't think you need the help.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement. I'm going to defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 4 years. You're ordered to pay a $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those is going to be that you are through the Spindletop ATAR program, and probation will talk to you about that. They're going to do an assessment to figure out what help you might need with feeling depressed, with using marijuana, with having anger issues, whatever it is. If they say you need to go to a 30-day treatment, then you're going to go, or you're going to be back in here going to prison instead of 30 days. Okay? If they say you need outpatient, whatever they say you need, I'm ordering you to do, whether you think you need it or not. That's so that you can be successful. You're also going to be required, at least for some amount of time, to wear a drug patch. You have 2 days, 48 hours to get that drug patch put on. Probation can tell you where you can go get those done. You have to get them changed every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
I had one before.
You did while you were on bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to have to wear that and if they test positive, you know what's going to happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I had one other thing I was going to, hold on. Obviously, you cannot be in possession of any gun. Okay? Oh, I know. You're going to get your GED.
Yes, ma'am.
That should be important to you, just like it's important to me. So probation will tell you need to get that program started within probably 45 days or so. You need to start taking the classes, taking the test. It's only going to help you be more successful so that you can kind of break this cycle. I know you have your grandma. I know your history because I'm reading it here with regard to your parents, and you want to do something different, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what we want you to do while you're on probation, is give you the tools to head your life in a whole different way. And getting your GED is going to help you get a better job and be able to do that. Okay? So that is part of your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you do everything you're supposed to on this probation, this is a great opportunity because you are not a convicted felon. So you can still get better jobs, you can still live places and go places, vote, all those things that everybody else can do. If you do violate your probation, you don't follow the rules, you're going to be back in here, you could become a convicted felon, and you could go to prison for anywhere up to 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation, this lady right here is going to call you up at her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, take advantage of this opportunity so that you can be out there and help your grandma. Otherwise, you're not going to be. All right.
This courtroom hearing focused on probation, second chances, and the consequences of bad decisions. One young man on probation for stealing a firearm came to court without a lawyer, unemployed, and was questioned about his life and responsibility. The judge learned he had already been arrested again while on probation, this time involving marijuana and a gun found in a car. Even though he denied ownership, the judge believed he was becoming a danger to the community and raised his bond to $200,000, warning him that probation is not a free pass. Another defendant, Mr. Smith, admitted he had a troubled past with revoked probations but told the court he had changed his life, stayed sober for 3 years, and was now working steadily. The judge decided to give him another opportunity, sentencing him to 10 years in prison but suspending it for 6 years of probation. That meant if he followed all probation rules, he could stay free, but one mistake could send him straight to prison for the full sentence. The most emotional moment came with a young man named Carnell Beard, who tested positive for marijuana while waiting for sentencing. He explained that stress from his grandmother being sick pushed him to smoke. The judge acknowledged his struggles but explained that using drugs to cope was not acceptable. Instead of sending him to prison, she placed him on probation with strict conditions, including drug treatment, counseling, regular testing, wearing a drug patch, and earning his GED. She told him this was a chance to break the cycle in his life and build a better future. Overall, the hearing showed how probation works as both a warning and an opportunity. The judge balanced punishment with rehabilitation, making it clear that the court will help people who truly want to change, but repeated bad choices can quickly lead to prison.